I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second time, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay.
Nay.
Agenda approved.
Make the motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Right.
Aye.
Opposed
Aye.
say nay. Minutes approved. Communications,
Had a lake, a conservation meeting this week. We talked about he's got 4 applicants so far, and he's got 4 more, I think, coming in. He's had 4 interviews so far. 2 from Powashik County, 1 from Marengo, and then, like I said, there's other ones coming in now from my county parks. He put it on there. We got some responses out of that, so he's gonna interview some more out of that. So yeah, 7 total. So
That's for what position?
for Gage's position.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't think that was too bad. He got quotes for spraying the trail on the Marengo trail thing. They had to get a quote for that, and they were surprised how cheap Roundup is right now. I guess China's trying to give it away.
really?
I guess that's what they said. So I guess they're sitting on a stockpile of it. So, but other than that, that was that. Yeah, so I broke down. That was it for me.
Abby,
I had a Board of Health meeting on Wednesday. We had somebody that, a contractor got banned for doing septic in Iowa County for a year for putting in a faulty system, come and ask for grace essentially and try to explain his side of things. And so I think Sherry and our next step is to work with the county attorney and at least air it through him and see what he says. Policies were approved. They talked about staffing being low. And then lastly, the thing that they wanted on there was sign-on bonuses for public health. And Kevin, I think you were on the board at the time, but that was approved, I think, a couple years ago to give sign-on bonuses, but they just haven't been giving them. So it was my understanding that he said it's never been changed, that they're allowed to keep doing it. And I don't know if they will continue to do that or start doing that again, but there was some hesitancy amongst the board members whether or not that would actually do anything anyways. And that's it.
okay. Sept,
I went to workforce development yesterday and pretty much just a regular meeting, except for they are having some problems with there's a new federal mandate that makes them, if someone comes in to get their services, they have to show like a birth certificate or something like that. So they're having problems communicating that. And it's just kind of making the process harder for them, but otherwise, that's it.
There was a Veterans Affairs meeting I wasn't able to make it, but the officer called and briefed me on the meeting. Just that she's been extremely busy. I guess there's been like 3 people in the surrounding area that do her same position that are vacant right now. So she's been helping out, not just our county, but other counties, and which is fine. It's helping veterans either way, and as long as our veterans are getting the help that they need, I don't see a problem with it. There is a class coming up for supervisors and commission members on October 13th, and so I'm probably going to register and go to that class, and then that will be paid for by the commission. As far as I know, I'll be the only one from Iowa County going to it, but it's tells you what the commission does and how they do it and what their benefits are and things like that. So I think it'd be a good understanding for me to go to it.
okay.
And then, as I said last week, I did some inquiry in Amana on the road closure issue, and we'll talk about that later, but it was basically the sentiment of the the two letters that we received, so. But I'll talk more about that later when we get on that subject.
I actually hadn't, I don't think I had anything this week. Were you here for open forum or?
No, for the
Millstream.
parade application, and I wanted to learn more about the road closure, see if that affects our business coming up.
Okay. Liquor licenses. Planner Cemetery Commission, did anybody come up with a appointment? Okay, we'll leave it on there for another week. Tony Hocamp, resignation from Easy Cog Board and Easy Cog Loan Review Committee. He sent in a letter of resignation. Tony was a fantastic person to be on Easy Cog, will be greatly missed. Motion to accept his resignation. Do you see here one?
I'll make that motion to accept it.
So second,
I'll second that.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Folks say nay. Accepted. So we need to see if we can find somebody else. So we'll need to have on there for next week.
Has he been on there a long time?
Yeah, quite a while.
What's qualification or
It's nice to have somebody in business.
business?
Like I said, he was good.
I had somebody a while back, and I can't remember who it was. I'm gonna have to go through my paperwork there on my desk. I had somebody that was interested, and I can't remember who it was.
I'm assuming the board of directors appointed the secretary to Tony Hocamp's position. Okay. Same with the loan review appointments. Region 10 Transportation Tax Citizen appointment. Appointment, since Matt has resigned, we can either appoint somebody or we wait and see if Nick gets a replacement.
Or who we hire? If he hires somebody, they could take those spots.
Yeah.
I think we probably should just wait then.
So let's put that on for next week then. That'd be the same thing for number 12. Wage scale for part-time dispatch and jail consideration.
I was just changing that wording.
Yeah. A newly hired employee's pay will be dependent upon experience and left to discretion to the sheriff to be paid within the hourly pay schedule set by the county. The probationary period for the new hires will remain the same with or without prior experience.
I'm good with the new language.
Is that a motion?
Is that a motion?
Sure.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed say nay. Motion approved. Road closure request consideration 220th Trail between 44 and 45th Avenue, October 4th, 2025, between the hours of 9:45 and 5. I'm assuming everybody's seen multiple opinions.
Yeah, and the conversations I had was, it sounds like a good idea, but it should have been presented to the planning committee
When they started out.
when they started out, and that could be a discussion for next year. But they, as you saw in the letters from both the Visitors Bureau and from the main office, brochures have already been sent out. Shuttle buses have already been given directions. My feeling is it's just not feasible to do it this close to the festival.
It seemed like a good idea until we got all the other information.
Right, so.
Like I said, down the line next year, it might be, if they start early, get it figured out with everybody involved.
We don't need to make a motion to take no action, correct, I would assume? So road closure consideration request will not take place.
Did you have any input for that, sir?
I just mostly wanted to learn about traffic. It's the amount of vehicles and parking is the biggest issue. And I think we've always been worried about closing down any roads and just to get emergency vehicles in and out and down to the other end by the hotel. And it's a long way away from the front there. People don't know where to drive if that road gets closed.
I really had no idea they said 60,000 people go to that.
Yeah, and every parking spot all the way up the hill out of town, so that's why every piece of parking, every road is important, so,
Yeah, I think locals know to kind of take
yeah.
the side streets down to try and find a spot, but I think people that aren't local, that haven't been there, they're probably gonna go right down the main drag.
Yeah, I would guess that if that ever happened in the future, the next thing would be that people who live in those side streets would likely be upset with the amount of people parking on the side or going through there too, but.
Okay, Nick is here. Abby's on the phone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nobody showed up for the public hearing.
Were you expecting somebody to?
Well, I think we sent out like 25 letters. So I would have thought maybe somebody would show up.
Here's your steel bids. Do I give that to you?
We go downstairs, we just want to go to the office.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The first thing that he's gonna open up there is, this would be steel for a local wedding for a bridge that our guys will do kind of over the winter. We'll buy the steel, we'll also bid out the piling, the driving of the pile and the welding, and then we'll come in and finish it up. But, this is for the steel for that project.
So the first one is Odin Enterprises. Total bid is 100,367.32. Wahoo, Nebraska. Next one is Peterson Contractors. $111,846.30. Is the two bids that we have.
Make a motion to go with Odin for 100,367.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Alright,
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
Excellent. I also think I had on the agenda funding agreements for our two bridges. I'm gonna hold off on those for now. Kind of hit some snags with that, so, we're in the middle of getting it taken care of. And I will be back some point with either the same funding agreements or new ones, but. I guess if we have a few minutes, our guys have been busy crack sealing, ditching, and shouldering primarily. And then last week I had the District 6 meeting up in Elkader. And we've also sent out this week for this steel for somebody to drive that steel piling. So those bids will be due in a month-ish. I've got all the specs made out for one new motor grader. I really need to get a new motor grader down in Millersburg, so I'll be sending those out today to Cat and Deere. And then the check plans for the road have been turned in along with the checklist. That's from Millersburg over to Butler Hill. We also sent out right-of-way papers for a couple projects. And then the funding agreement, that's with the STIP.
Okay, we take a break. Go on to, there's a motion to go to public hearing.
I'll make a motion to go into public hearing.
Is there a second?
I'll second
Second.
that.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed, say nay. We're in public hearing. Any written response?
No,
Any verbal?
not right.
Anything from the public?
Not that I've received.
Any discussion?
I don't have the signs in yet. So if we are gonna close it, I'm just gonna put up road closed signs and block the road on either direction until our signs come in. The signs will say, private drive. I didn't bring it. It's gonna be the same ones we have up there on NN Avenue.
Yeah.
And, you know, road ends 500 feet and then private drive or whatever it is. And then on the other side, it'll just say private drive. So it'll just be a driveway now.
So do I know there's on each side coming.
Yeah, well, originally I had called up, one of them and said, hey, you know, here's some of our options. Would you like to talk to the other two landowners? He said, sure. He called back and he said, you know, move forward with vacating it. And, I'm a little surprised nobody's here. We did send out 25 letters. Like, we sent out a lot of letters. So,
Is there a motion to go out of public hearing?
I'll make a motion to go out of public hearing.
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We're out of public hearing. And is there a motion to approve resolution 2025-09-19A, approving the vacation of right-of-way and disposition of real estate that we've discussed?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Resolution has been approved.
easy.
Easy peasy.
So I'll get those road closed signs up today. When the new ones come in, we'll put that up.
So it really means nothing per se, because unless you get caught, general public can still drive through it. Because it's all open, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they could drive down through anybody's driveway in any field,
Right.
you know? So,
So did we do any more about the Victor thing? Are you gonna replace signs or was it lost cause?
I haven't even thought about it yet. I've been just kind of going with all the projects and this. What do you guys want to do?
I'm just curious. I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, really, I could do anything. I could put that road closed sign up so that people can still get through. We'll just not put anything up.
Let's do a roll call.
For the resolution.
Uh-huh.
Okay, roll call vote.
Stephen?
Aye.
Hudson?
Aye.
Moss?
Moss,
Aye.
Roll call for that resolution.
roll call for the resolution.
Yeah, I said aye.
Meyer?
Aye.
Montrose?
Aye.
What do you guys want to do with that? Just kind of leave it like it has been forever. You know, we did put up better signs that say,
Did they take them all down or just the one?
well, they just took down the barricade that we had across.
I guess I haven't really gone down and looked at it. I've got to run down and take a look at it.
Might be a little wet today.
Yeah, you're right.
I only got 2 tens.
What's
I
that?
only got 2 tens.
2 cents?
I suppose just leave it the way it is. If they're just gonna keep knocking it down, I mean,
Right.
I mean, that's probably not a good answer, but
I can put up one of these signs further up that just say road ends, private drive, you know?
Yeah, I suppose that way.
Is it a private drive?
Well, our road does end somewhere down there.
Then at least it's posted and there's something.
Yeah.
There it is.
Or, you know, on that bridge, I guess we could just tack something to it, that just says bridge is closed, but still allow people to cross it. I don't know.
Keep this back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what liability would be.
Well, the bridge is in the city of Bear.
I was gonna say that the bridge is technically the city's, correct? I'd say just put up a sign that says, like you said, road closed, and private drive or whatever, and,
County road ends?
you know, or
Yeah, okay. All right.
Any other questions for Matt? Or Matt?
We did not mention him around here.
Guess we're kind of missing that, huh?
Yeah,
So you're still looking for Matt's viewpoint, right?
Yeah.
Because he got up the easy cog boards by quitting. So we're gonna wait and see if you get somebody to reappoint them on this one.
Okay, I wouldn't. So it's on our website, it's on the Service Bureau. Iowa State and Iowa both have career fairs that I've talked to Iowa Service Bureau. They're hopefully supposed to be putting the resume on those colleges' boards, their career boards or whatever. I did volunteer to go to the University of Iowa Career Fair, just so I could hand out the wanted ads, and they're supposed to be handing them out over names too. I sent all that stuff in. I haven't heard back that they'll do it, but
Would those committees, would you be comfortable having a tag to?
are you already on the committees?
Some of the ones you were on.
Yeah, that's
If
what
you want to think about it.
I don't care. I'm gonna- Trying to think, I don't know if any other, I mean, we could put a tech on it, that's fine.
Region 10 Transportation. TAC. Region 10 Trails.
That can, the trails can be a tech for sure. I mean, I can.
Want to check, we'll talk, do it next week.
Sure.
Figure out which tech you want.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next week, okay?
You got it. All righty.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So let's keep going down the list here, so if you want to get going, you get going. Number 15, Millstream Brewing October Keg, Oktoberfest Keg, tapping and parade, road closure request for 1:30 p.m. It'll be the same parade that you approved for the last several years.
If there's no more discussion, I'd make the motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Questions from us?
No, just wanted to say thank you. We've had a very good year at Millstream Brewing Company. We received a grant through Laura and her team to help grow the business, and Sheriff Ryder's been wonderful with our events, no issues, and just couldn't be more appreciative of the county and everything you guys do to support us. So
That's it. We did get a chance to say thank you in the spring, but figured I'd come in today, so.
All your events have gone well here?
Yeah, really well. Yeah, it's just a nice, quiet, fun little place to hang out and no issues with Saturdays. Things have been going well. Yeah,
Good luck with Oktoberfest.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Adam,
Moving along.
good thing you showed up early.
I was gonna come earlier, because I didn't want that road closed for my ambulance. Worked out.
We didn't, we had a lot of other people as concerned. So every year, do you get several calls? Do you have any idea?
Probably 4 or 5.
Really?
Will you have a bus there?
Yeah, potential then.
Yep.
You guys have all the stuff in email. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, so my September report, August, we had 162 responses, 110 of those were transports, 52 were canceled refusals. So for the year to date, we had 313 responses, 215 transports, and 98 refusals, so we're averaging 156.5 responses, which is just a hair under what we averaged last year, but actual transports are down a little bit, averaging 107.5 compared to 119.2. That's important because that's where we get our revenue on those transports. But we're only 2 months in, so 31 times, both ambulances were busy at the same time. 2 of those 31 times, we were able to staff a backup ambulance. And then it was a busy month last month, we had to request an out-of-county ambulance 7 times. Just the timing of it when both trucks are out. Had 18 transfers out of Compass. Finance report, our actual expenses for August, $242,545 compared to a monthly budget of $209,107. A lot of that is, I think there was an extra payroll in there, so August had 3, didn't it, Brandy?
Yeah.
So that'll probably balance out as we move through the year. Year-to-date actual expenses, $430,913 compared to a budget of $481,214. So for the year-to-date, we're sitting $12,699 over budget. But there's been no unusual expenses, it's just our normal stuff, and I think we'll have a better idea next month after things are spread out over a few more months. Revenue for August of $74,875. Year-to-date revenue, $173,582, compared to our budgeted revenue of $217,417. We got a difference. Our revenue is under budget right now, $43,835. So some of that's call value. Ain't really nothing we can control there. It is what it is, but the difference between actual expenses and actual revenue, $257,331, compared to a budgeted difference of $200,797. So our cost variance this at the end of August was negative $56,534. 2 months in, I really can't give you a great picture, but at this point, volume is down a little bit. That's keeping revenues down. Expenses, like I said, we have nothing unusual expenses. I mean, there's been a little extra overtime with leave time, but people are coming back. So just keep watching that and see where things go, and I'll let you know if there's anything unusual going on. Our average charge per transport, $1,521 compared to average revenue $912. The average cost per response is $1,376, and if you go per actual transport, it's $2,004.25. Any questions on the finances of that?
So is that cost variance, is that comparable to last year, 2 months in, or?
I don't know, I didn't look, no. It can vary, I mean, like, especially when you purchase an ambulance, the time of year, it can really throw that off. But we want it to be positive, and we know revenue's doing good and expenses are in line. But revenue's holding it down, and then the extra payroll, I think, has caused part of it. I don't have my budget from them, but like I said, there hasn't been anything crazy unusual. Purchase or anything, there's been some software stuff that's landed, early in the fiscal year that we've had to pay for. It may have a little effect on that, timing and things. Patient satisfaction, we only got 1 month of July back as 100%. Activities,
Get another call coming through.
did you get that?
No, it's just spam.
Oh, okay. Activities are just our normal stuff, managing the med machine, supplies, claims, deposits, records requests, preparedness stuff going on for our grant. Attended those meetings, board meeting, that coalition meeting, and EMS collaboration meeting. For August training, we did allergic reaction anaphylaxis. That was a really good meeting. We had our medical director out here to do the presentation, but we also had a patient who we treated come out and visit with us, and had an anaphylactic situation, so it was really a neat thing. And they provided a meal for us, so that was really nice. EMS advisory met on the September 11th to go on our EMS system assessment. We had to get that turned in by October 1st to meet our grant deliverable deadline, so we can get our grant funds. And then we've been busy with special events, staffing those, football games, Oktoberfest coming up. We got a tabletop exercise for interstate closure I attended. Hopefully we don't have to do that. Mostly that was DOT and state patrol, but I went to Iowa County. We had advanced life support. I spelled these out because the acronyms are, because people wouldn't know what they were. So we had advanced life support training and pediatric advanced life support training, which we have to have. It's a 2-year certification. So a bunch of us renewed that this week. Yesterday, I got invited to a EMS system development workshop with Health and Human Services folks from Des Moines. They're actually, this workshop is in Tumble, but they're doing 4 workshops around the state. Invite, it's invitation only. They're looking for EMS leaders that kind of develop EMS systems and generate ideas moving forward, and also to generate some information. They'll be applying for a rural health transformation program out of the big beautiful bill. EMS is a small part, but so it was a kind of honor to get invited to that, to be part of that group. And then been working on paperwork to get some first responders orientated. Hopefully within the next month we get those going. There's 1 for Vanna, 1 for Millersburg, 1 for Victor. Vehicles, just routine stuff, knock on wood. Personnel, our full-time, we're all staffed. I am looking to fill some part-time positions that we haven't filled, just to kind of build that back up so we can help reduce overtime and make sure we have enough staff for special events. Safety-wise, our normal stuff, drug screens, background checks, physical tests. There was no injuries since I've seen you guys last. Were reported. Fire extinguisher inspections I have scheduled for October 14th. That's where we go around and check all 230-some fire extinguishers.
Do they still do the training for going out to now?
We can.
They have to go.
Just Josh or I will help them do it if they want it. We have some old fire extinguishers we can use them to do that. If anybody wants that, we can just do it in the parking lot.
Be nice. I mean, for the new people, I mean, I think I did twice when I was over there.
I can try to make a note, schedule something. Because I think we have about,
It's nice to know if you don't know how to, if
we
you never,
have 12 to 15
if you didn't,
expired extinguishers.
if you never ran one before, it can be kind of scary.
I think we can just do that, shoot off in the parking lot. We don't actually need a fire to do it.
Put a shovel on the floor, that's what the fire is.
Yeah. Something like that. The next safety meeting will be in October. That's all I have for my regular stuff. Any questions on my regular report? The next thing I'm bringing back to you, we talked a few months ago about a resolution to declare EMS essential service. So I went back to the EMS Association, EMS Advisory Council. Both those groups requested that I bring this back to you folks. So this is, I haven't brought it to you, it's been out since 2021 is when the state first approved it, or went into law. But I did not bring it, haven't brought it up because funding hasn't really been too much of a problem with the current budget situation. So I brought it up a few months ago and then took it back and talked to our advisory committee and association, and they requested that I bring it back to you guys. It's basically, this will open the door to additional funding if you were wanting to move that way in the future. There's a lot of steps to get to that. The first step is to set public hearings, and then you'd have to have 3 public hearings. Then after that, you'd have to go, if you did want to go forward and seek additional funding, and then after those public hearings, you would have to, the advisory committee would put forth a recommendation, and then there'd be further discussion, and the board would have to decide if they wanted something to go on the ballot. There's kind of a time frame. So if you did this today and went through all the public hearings, then there'd be some time you'd have to probably have some meetings, put together a recommendation for the board. You guys would probably have to discuss a few meetings, and then before you put it on the ballot, you have to have, if you wanted to go that way, again, 60 days notice to do that. Some counties have passed the resolution and have not even put it on the ballot yet. So this is the first part of the process.
Do you know how many counties now have it?
Yeah, 21. I actually have a list I can tell you. Appanoose, Benton, Butler, Cass, Cedar, Hamilton, Henry, Ida, Jefferson, Jones, Cassuth, Lee, Liza, Osceola, Oklahoma, Sac, Shelby, Tama, Webster, Winnebago, and Wright. The ones that have, they're the ones that have gone all the way with the levy. There's others, I don't have a list of the ones who have declared it. Like I think Washington County is going to a vote with the city school election, I think this coming up. And this is just the first step in the phase, so there's to even get to a.
Would it be possible to wait until we get an idea of what our budget even looks like, to see if we even need anything like this?
I mean, you could, but with the time frame to get everything, if you did want to get it going, I mean, you can do this, Abby, and not even do the levy. Right. I mean, this
But
is.
it has the levy, yeah, it has the levy language in it. I wouldn't want to pass it with that in there.
This is just what, this is a sample, or, I mean, this is what other counties are using to do that. I didn't make this up, I guess, myself, I borrowed it. It's just a standard to push out the public notice to get it approved. I mean, the levy is, there will be a whole nother discussion to put a levy on the ballot. But I think,
Can you see this?
yeah, Dilly went over it 2 months ago, yeah, or whenever I brought it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just this one that we have in front of us has the 75 cents per thousand on there, so I would want to post it as it's written right now.
This one doesn't have that.
It says not to exceed 75 cents per thousand.
And it still has to go to a vote before we get that far.
Yeah, this is not saying you're gonna do a levy for 75 cents down. This is explaining the law that you have to do these public hearings. This is notice that you're gonna give the public, you're gonna have these public hearings. You wouldn't set
Why
the,
do we need public hearings if we're not gonna raise a levy?
because this is the process the state came up with to do this.
I don't think we're ready for any of this yet. I think we need to have a full discussion on this ambulance department and weigh out all the options first, number one. Number two, I think there's no need to push this through today when we have time. And we don't even have an idea where we're gonna sit for next year. And if we're gonna need it or not.
Well, I can tell you I need 4 new EKG machines and I don't have the money for them. We got a $300,000 ambulance. I don't know where that money's coming from. You know, we got folks that are leaving because we didn't get raises. I mean, the earliest, even if you wanted to do this as quick as you could, you have a vote in fall of 26, you wouldn't see any money till fall of 27. So,
Yeah, I understand.
yeah, I mean,
But let's like see where we're at. I have a few more creative ideas for budget this year to shave off some dollars that I'm working on. And as somebody that sees the entire books of the county, I think that we're gonna be okay. We'll make it another year.
I mean, you could approve this, and you wouldn't have to do the levy for 5 years if you didn't need it, but then you'd have this part ready.
Right.
Right.
This way, this is out of the way. We don't have to do it.
Yeah. I can't tell you if you need to do the levy, and if you need to do it for 75 cents, but if we get this ready, that saves us time.
It's one of the steps out of the way.
And it also sends the message that you support EMS in Iowa County as essential, right? It does more than just, it opens the door for funding later on, but also sending a message to your EMS providers that you value them and that they are essential, just like firefighters and law enforcement.
Well, yeah, clearly we do value EMS and we value fire and law enforcement, and I'm happy to do a resolution if that will, that says that, not the rest of this in there. I don't think, but I mean, are we gonna do that for every department? That's essential or not?
This is one of the steps in case we need the extra funding. It's a step that's necessary. I believe we should go forward.
I think we need to start tightening our belt a little bit and cutting some of the stuff that we know has been going on and needs to be cut, and look at creative ways to fund raises and things like that versus, and we might just skim on a few things like vehicles or whatever it might be. I think that's the solution. That's just the taxpayers' pocket, not the county's.
Other board members have questions?
I've been advised by the county attorney that I need to recuse and abstain from the conversation due to family involvement.
Like you said.
I think I'll go where I stand on EMS.
Well, before it ever goes on a ballot, I'm sure there's gonna be several meetings, lots of discussions. This just gets us through this first phase. There'll be public hearings. Those have to all get approved too. Have public hearing. And then you go from there. We can do budget, see where that goes. Get to the point, well, we better, look further for funding. We won't need to do anything. I mean, like I said, it's been out and I haven't even asked for it because there's been plenty of funding. It's plenty of funding. But I think we all can see the writing on the wall that the funding's not there like it used to be. And costs are going up. I mean, 2 years ago, I could get an ambulance for, $200,000. Now it's $300,000. I'm not in here asking for more funding today. I'm not asking for a raise today. I'm just bringing this. I'm trying to help that this is out there and that we get this step out of the way. There can be a whole lot more discussion on whether you want to put it up for a vote or not put it up for a vote.
Seth, you got questions?
I mean, I agree with Abby that we need to be creative on funding, but I also think that I don't see any problem with taking this step. and saying, you know, and then that gives that option if there is that need for funding. So I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 2025-09-19,
For public notice.
public notice.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All, since the resolution, do you roll call? Roll call vote.
Stephen,
Abstain.
Susan,
Aye.
Moss,
Nay.
Meyer,
Aye.
Montrose.
Aye.
Resolution 2025-09-19, public notice resolution has passed.
Thank you, guys.
You know, just a side comment here, there's been a lot of things that I thought should have been taken to the people. I know that's kind of the justification of this, to let the people decide. Well, I think if we would have let the people decide on a lot of things, if we would have taken wind turbines to a vote, an engineer's office, new jail kitchen, lots of things that have gone on in this county, I think a lot of those would have failed. And it's funny that this one now suddenly needs public input.
Yeah, you want-
Just, I don't need a response. I'm just making that comment.
What does it mean, say, just for, what does it need to pass? If we did ever have to put a levy on this,
It would need 60%.
60%.
60%.
I think that might have been in there.
Was it in there?
Supermajority.
But you could also, I mean, if it did, we can look at it different ways. You could use this to reduce the property tax burden that the ambulance is taking out of the general fund too, right? So, I mean, you can, maybe minimal tax burden you're adding on to the people, depends how you guys just, how the.
But we can't do that, Adam, because you have to think about the supplemental levy, and to have a supplemental, you have to have your general maxed out. And so technically, if we do that, we screw ourselves over on having a supplemental levy.
Yes, that's something that would definitely need to be figured out then.
I'm helping other counties with this. I'm helping several counties that have passed this because they did not have a paid ambulance service, and they're now trying to figure out ways to implement one or pay for some of these other entities that have been providing it for them. And this is one of the cautionary tales that I'm helping them all through. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, certainly makes sense on how, what you would need the levy amount to be too, if you were gonna move forward. You don't wanna, yeah, I get what you're saying. You don't wanna mess that supplemental up. Taken away from the general. Thank you, guys. There's nothing else? All right. You all have a good weekend.
Yes, have a good weekend.
What is on next week's agenda? Besides, your last of the other. Maybe Becky, does anybody else want to add anything at this time?
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you do this again.
Any other discussion? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
No, we got.
Some 10:15
No.
domestic violence.
Dang it.
Go on recess.
Go on recess then. So if you're not having anybody else show up, we can start going. Okay, let's end recess, call the meeting back to order.
You can walk over to your chair right here.
Okay, thank you.
We're ahead of schedule.
No worries. We appreciate it. All right, my name's Shamara Lexon. I am the new advocate for domestic violence from DVIP ARDA for Iowa County. Our other advocate retired after 25 years. So, and this is our new co-executive directors, Delaney Dixon.
Good, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I'm just gonna pass out some facts and stats for you.
Well, you would get more than 2 times here.
Okay.
Oops.
No worries. On the sheet, you'll see the Iowa County numbers down in the lower right-hand corner. They are increasing every year. Our goal is to meet the clients where they're at, so I do travel here quite often in the county to meet with clients. The majority of my clients, I say, right now is from Williamsburg, but that doesn't mean I'm not servicing other clients in your area. Services we provide are safety planning. We have an emergency shelter in Iowa City. That also has a shelter for pets, because a lot of clients don't want to leave their place unless they have pets. They can bring their pets. We do support on campus at University of Iowa. We also work with law enforcement, medical and social services. We have support groups. We provide education, technical assistance, and prevention education. We have some volunteer opportunities, and our crisis line is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We never shut down.
So DVIP has been around for 47 years, and we've served your county for over 20 years, yes? I believe that is correct. I lose my time. I've been with DVIP for 26 years. What do you see as being the need unmet in your community?
I haven't really heard it either way, any information either way.
Not to sound very naive, but it's amazing to me that you have that many calls, since I don't see it.
Oh, yeah, we get a lot of calls.
Does that make sense to you that you don't know?
That you don't know?
Yeah.
Sure. So then in that regard, because there are that many calls, it means that that people are reaching out even though they may not have comfortability with the system in and of itself, right? So this is an anonymous call that you can make to us to be able to connect the dots. So if that's the case, are we canvassing your areas enough? Are we canvassing your stores, your libraries, your public spaces, so that if people are concerned about the systems, that they can still reach out?
Yeah, it seems to me like if I wouldn't be hearing anything, then you're doing a good job. I think, people are getting the service that want. If they're not getting the service, I would think I would hear more saying, why don't we have this? Why don't?
Okay, so you're saying by not hearing it, you think that we are serving the population?
Right.
Do you think we're getting into any more the isolated areas of the county in the way that we need to be?
Do you guys put like your brochures and signs up everywhere too?
Yes, we have in the libraries.
I'll have to see if I noticed them. I just guess I never really noticed.
They're on the back of the door at the library here, the little tags that you tear off for the crisis line number.
You have one hanging at the courthouse?
Yes.
Good to see you work with law enforcement. I'm retired after 31 years. So
Well, thank you for your service.
I've been involved in a lot of domestic violence situations
Yeah.
and stuff through the years.
So it shows that the town, the individuals, the services. Can you give me a couple examples of what that service would be?
I look for civil protection order with clients. They just have questions about the form. It's not the easiest for them to read through sometimes by themselves. So we go with them to the courthouse to assist them with that.
Also, it's just listening.
Yeah.
Right, so if people feel isolated and if though they don't want to talk to their family or their friends, then that's what the 24-hour hotline is for, so that people can call at any point in time. They don't have to give their specific identity. They can be anonymous, and we can help them safely plan. So we'll talk to them about what resources they have available to them, what resources they need to kind of connect the dots and connect the pieces for them to be able to find themselves in a safer space. We don't make the mistake of thinking that it's one or the other. You're not in or you're out. Oftentimes people's lives are very complicated and there are multiple levels of engagement with their intimate partner. Sometimes they have children together. Sometimes they're in a business together. So the reality of just picking up and leaving is not a reality. That's a myth. And so the idea is, how do we help you become safer within your situation if you don't feel like you can leave? Or how do we help you get to a safer place if that's what you need?
And a lot of people from the rural areas do not want to come to Iowa City just because they're used to rural living. So we just try to work with them in that area. Like she said, as far as safety planning or, just trying to find resources or housing in a different town in the same county too, even works. I know there's a big housing drought going on for most of our rural communities in Iowa right now.
Yes.
And counties, so that's making it even more difficult for our clients.
So Domestic Violence Awareness Month is just that. October is actually the Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and so that we are able to have that opportunity to come to bodies of government such as the Board of Supervisors and have these conversations. And while you may not hear about this most of the days of the year, today you hear about it. So today it's at the front of your brain. So today you'll go and you'll look and see where these signs are, where are they not. And if you find that there is a place where they are not, that you think they should be, then please let us know.
Yeah, I know, like I had a mowing business and I mowed some government housing areas. And I was just thinking like, if in their laundry facilities, having these brochures and the laundromats in our towns as well, have them in there.
Yeah.
Cause some of the places I mowed, they knew I was law enforcement, so I'd get a lot of questions on what they could do
Right.
if they're trying to get away from a situation and the person wasn't letting them. So I did a lot of mentioning of protection orders and so forth, but
Yes.
I didn't assist them to do it though. I just told them where they need to go.
Yeah.
It'd be neat if they could see these materials and know they got someplace they can go, like you said, without people knowing, having confidentiality.
Right, yeah. We feel like that's paramount for us, safety and confidentiality and dignity of the victim, survivor. I think it's important to know because I think there is the idea that we only serve women. We serve men, women, and families with children, as well as pets.
Yeah.
And so we try to make ourselves available to as many people as possible and be as accessible as possible. We do not serve perpetrators, however, and if two people are identifying themselves as the victim and they're in the same relationship, then we would refer one of the people out. So we don't do marriage counseling or mediation in that regard. So with that, we won't take up any more of your time.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
I do have the proclamation if you guys would mind signing first. You have a copy of it.
You want me to read it?
You want to read it, knock yourself out, go for it.
Proclamation Domestic Violence Awareness Month, October 2025. Whereas domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking affects people of all racial, culture, and economic backgrounds, causing long-term physical, psychological, and emotional harm. And whereas 1 in 3 Americans has witnessed an incident of domestic violence. And whereas children who experience domestic violence are at a higher risk for failure in school, mental illness, substance abuse, suicide, and may choose violence as a way to solve problems later in life. And whereas domestic violence in rural communities exists as a hidden, silent, and often unrecognized crime that is often underreported. And whereas through the inspiration, courage, and persistence of victims of domestic violence, their children and advocates, our communities are learning to recognize the impact of violence in the home and within intimate relationships. And whereas DVIP, RVAP, Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Crisis Services has worked to end violence in intimate relationships for more than 46 years through the collaboration partnerships of advocates, volunteers, local municipalities, criminal justice, health and human services, faith communities, business leaders, and private citizens. And whereas our community's achievements should be commended, and we must continue our commitment to respect and support victims of domestic violence and to prevent future violence in our community. Now, therefore, it be resolved that we, the County of Iowa, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 to be Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Iowa County, and urge all people to work together to eliminate domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking from our community. Signed this 19th day of October 2025.
Is there a motion to approve for the board?
I'll make a motion to have the chairman of the Iowa County Board of Supervisors sign this proclamation.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
But you got that with the stuff already written? There you go.
Motion passed. Do you want to sign one?
Yes, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Thanks for
very
working-
much.
Thanks for the work you guys did.
Absolutely.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
I live in Conroe, Iowa, and I just looking for answers on if I put a addition on the house, how close can I get to the property line? Because it determines how close I can get. I don't know the dimensions I can do until I know what code is. We're unincorporated, so
Yeah, we're at, unfortunately. I don't know how to hand that check.
Where would you have to go to check it?
I don't know if the engineer would know.
they told me to come talk to you because they know. I just came from the engineer office and I'm maybe like 6, 8 feet away from the property line. Is there gonna be an issue with that?
I don't think so.
Okay, I just don't want to have something
On
built.
the property line,
What's that?
like the city of Waynesburg, I know it says 2 feet, you gotta be around, so you can go. on both
So if
sides
I
of the
followed
fence.
that principle, maybe I
I
could
don't
do
think
that.
we.
Do
I don't know if we have a guideline.
I mean, I'm not even-
County attorney know?
I'm not even gonna be that close. I'm not gonna be 2 feet.
I don't.
It'd be more like 6 or 8.
I don't know.
You wanna either give me write down your name.
Joe Stewart, yeah, I can get you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably just the state, I think, would there be like a state of Iowa?
I don't think there is. Just write it on the
So you
side.
can,
I'll try to get a hold of the attorney to see if he has any.
Because it all determines on what size I can do, how close I can get.
I know, like, I'm rural, and years ago, I wasn't living there, but the neighbor there built a garage right on the property line. I mean, this far from the property line.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not.
So, and I don't know if that's something you need to get a neighbor's permission to do,
I don't think so. That's all I ask.
Because for permits, they need to know what size of building, but I was like, I don't know how close I can get to anything, so. Don't I need to turn in a permit or
Okay.
pre-construction? Yeah.
Pre-construction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you can say we don't need a permit.
I feel like anybody does whatever, no, but I mean, it seems like everybody just does what they want.
That's 440.
Yes, sir.
Or 440.
4407921.
Right, sometimes my nines look like that.
Okay.
Well, thanks for inquiring, though.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious.
I'll try to get back to you.
I just want to build something that I had to tear it down.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
good.
you just distance to property lines is what you're working about.
Yes, sir. That's all
I
I
don't
have.
see anything online that says you can't build directly what property lines only I can find, so.
Okay. We know Williamsburg is 2 feet away from it, so if you could give me a call.
No, the Williamsburg one's farther, but if you build a fence, you've got to be 2 feet away. The building distance is farther away than that.
Oh, in Williams, okay.
Yeah.
So since my house has been built, because I'm south of Monterey,
Okay.
I'm within 2 miles of city limits now, so now I'd have to get a city.
Oh, you do?
You're not in the city. So that garage was built before that piece of property was annexed out to Williamsburg.
So your grandfather did that?
He is.
Correct, okay,
But if I was to build now, I would have to go by the city code.
okay.
Okay, I'll check and hopefully I'll get back to you this morning.
Yeah, and your name is?
Kevin.
Kevin, nice to meet you guys. Well, I appreciate it, everybody's time.
Thanks for
Everybody have a good day.
Yep.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it right.
That very seldom happens, so.
Well, I just don't wanna build something, I gotta tear it down. That was fun. So, but yeah, everybody have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, is there a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We are.